Jane Mitten. Jane does keto. Follow my YouTube channel at Jane Mitten, and we are going to do something different. We are not going to be following keto for the next 72 hours. We're actually doing a fast for 72 hours. So it's not an intermittent fast this time, it's an actual water fast. And we're starting tonight after dinner, so Thursday night, the 15th, and we're going through about 5 p.m. on the 18th of April. So Thursday night and breaking the fast at about 5 p.m. on Sunday night. And we have to really watch that we're having enough hydration. So make sure you're drinking, 8 to 12 cups of water a day, even more if you find that you need it. If you start to feel like you're kind of dizzy or a little sick to your stomach, it's almost certainly your electrolytes. So try to have an electrolyte supplement available. Probably the best one in the world is to simply put high quality sea salt in your water. It's as easy as that. You don't need Gatorade, you don't need the supplementations, just a little sea salt in your water. The other things that are very important while you're fasting for an extended period like this are your sleep and breathing. So you will want to sleep a little bit more if you can. That's why we try to do it on a weekend. And do some breathing. Breathe in for 5 seconds, hold, and then breathe out for 5 seconds. Try to do that, 8 to 10 times at a time, and do that 3 or 4 times a day. We're not going to do heavy cardio while we're on a 72-hour fast, but what we are going to do is take some walks or do some light exercise in a pool and some stretching and the breathing. You don't want to do anything too taxing. You want to give your body the chance to restore and rejuvenate itself. And we do that by not eating and resting. So we need to do all of that. And some of the things that are going to happen during a 72-hour fast that are truly miraculous to the body are that you will go from possible insulin resistance, which many people have regardless of whether they're thin, at their correct weight, or overweight, to an insulin sensitivity, which is where you want to stay. And that you will reduce your inflammation load in your body. You will promote mental clarity, and not only clarity, but sharpness, as well as a calmness of your mind. Now, I went on this same 72-hour fast last July, and at that point I had been doing intermittent fasting and keto for about 5 months, and I'd already lost about 50 pounds. And when I did it, which I wouldn't recommend, I did it in Phoenix, Arizona, when it was about 116 degrees every day. And I think I pushed it a little too much on the exercise. So that's why I urge you, let's do it at this time of year when it's not too hot. Don't tax yourself, but we will be promoting our mental clarity and calmness. We will reduce inflammation. What we're trying to get to is 72 hours, because at that point you tax out your autophagy. What that is, and I'm going to read it to make sure you understand, it removes the metabolic damage of your cells. It also it removes waste from the cells. It recycles damaged cells. So people that have tumors, if you have diabetes, cancer, anything like that, a 72-hour fast is extremely good. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not, a person that's talking to you about medical advice. I'm telling you things that I've done that have been highly effective for me. And I've also done a lot of research and talked to a lot of doctors, and a lot of people also agree with me. So autophagy it maxes out at 72 hours, which is why we stop at that point. And it recycles, rejuvenates the cells in the body. You're burning way more fat when you're fasting for 72 hours. You're in a full state of ketosis, where you go from burning glucose, which is carbs and sugar, to burning your own body fat. So that's why we're not using MCT oils or anything like that while we're doing a water fast. This will also stabilize your blood sugar. So whether it's on the high side, on the low side, it will stabilize it to a normal rate. And it will drop your blood pressure. So that's something you have to be careful about, because I remember when I did it, at one point my blood pressure was 90/50 or 60. You don't want it quite that low, but it will drop it, and usually you will feel better. You will not be hungry at all. When you finish a 72-hour fast, you're not hungry. And in fact, you've probably already seen that when you do intermittent fasting of 18 hours of fasting, 6-hour eating window, you're not hungry. And that's because you're burning your own body fat in ketosis, as opposed to burning carbs and sugar with glucose. 72-hour fast is anti-aging. So you can expect your skin to look great and just feel really good from the inside out. Your gut is healing, the microbiome is feeling better. So there's so many things. At hours 36 to 48, you are actually growing more muscle and repairing muscle in the body. At 72 hours, the stem cells have rejuvenated and the immune system is in rejuvenation as well. So there's many things that happen on a 72-hour fast, and some people do this as often as once a quarter. As I said, I did it last July, and since then, so now we're in April, I've done, I think, 2 48-hour fasts, but I haven't reached the 72. So it's going to be new for me too. And, we're starting on Thursday night because then we have one day to work. And then over the weekend, hopefully you can be more restorative, get more rest, drink a lot of water. Obviously, if you start to feel extremely poorly, stop. But just know that a lot of what you might feel is healing. And so, as I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm just advising. If people want to join me on a 72-hour fast, that would be great. We're going to finish on the 18th at 5 p.m. when we break our fast on Sunday evening. And then towards the end of next week, we will start a 30-day challenge for OMAD, 1 meal a day. And I will be making a video about every single day's meal, because we'll be eating 1 meal a day. So at that point, you want to be eating more food in that one small time period, which is about 1 to 2 hours. And you're fasting for about 22 hours. But during this 72 hours, we're drinking water, tea, of course, iced tea. You can even drink coffee. Most research finds that 1 cup of coffee is about the most that you should do when you're fasting. And of course, you can't put any sugar, stevia, no milk or MCT, nothing in it. So we really are fasting. And, try to go to sleep a bit earlier than normal, get that extra sleep, make sure you're drinking enough water. The third day you feel unbelievable mental clarity that's truly amazing. It's very similar to what Hermann Hesse wrote in Siddhartha. An enlightenment, maybe, is what you'll find. I know I tended to find that myself. So write me, let me know how you're doing. Follow me on YouTube at Jane Mitten, and also Global Jane on Instagram. But please DM me if you have any questions, and I will be videoing every day about how I'm feeling and maybe giving you some tips. Make sure if you start to feel a little weak, put some really good quality sea salt in your water, and that should make you feel a lot better. So I wish you a great 72-hour fast. We will reach autophagy, and we will be rejuvenating all the cells in our body, and that will really help us fight off any illnesses and things like COVID. So join me. Hope you're having a great night. Get a little extra sleep, drink extra water, do some breathing, and just feel like this is a weekend for yourself. You're doing this for you, and that way you have more to give everyone else. Again, this is Jane Mitten, wishing you a great evening. Follow me on YouTube at Jane Mitten, and please send me any questions you have.